Well, we will then proceed to modify some proportions of our character, according to our anatomical references. Again, we are going to scratch a little here, just to see which joints are missing and what positions they should have. Here is a very good feature that I just noticed, and is that, for example here, look at the height of the hind leg compared to the front. It is a feature that should be highlighted in our character. Although the legs are almost the same size, we see that in this case is higher the back legs than the front legs. Same in this case, we can also see a bit of that, and we will add it to our character. First, you must move the character's leg to accommodate it. This may be a little more lower. The third C-sphere is going to give us the following articulation that we need. We see that the articulation is almost the same distance as the back joint. Then that joint should be connected with it, at the same height, of course. Let's modify a little here, and we will put another C-sphere. The legs will never be straight, usually always have a slight curve that makes them look somehow more dynamic and more real. If we see a dog in front, we will see that it doesn't have totally straight legs. We'll also try not to overdo it, but we will see a certain curvature in the legs. Remember to keep a close vision of our concept. You can put your concept here. Okay, should we give anatomical features? Yes, they must be given. However, we must keep as faithful as possible to the original concept. In this case, we have to ensure that the legs are not so long, but are rather very short according to the referent. We can do the torso a little bigger and the hip a little smaller according to the concept. However, it may happen that according to the perspective I have here of the drawing, I will think that the front is bigger than the back. However, we are going to polish it later, so this is just experimental work. We could also easily, if it is necessary, add ears, of course. But the ears can be added later with another technique. Let's add a C-sphere here, just to change the size of the neck a little bit. Well, here the torso remained a bit white. Okay, let's organize the back legs. And that's it. Here we would have our basic structure. As you can see, it's a very simple step, but I insist that it's very important to have the basic form. Look, that already gives us an approach of what things can be improved and not. For example, I would say that the back is very far away from the front part. I mean, the torso is very large and long. However, it doesn't matter. That part could be improved without any inconvenience when we are already working with an editable mesh. For now, it is enough that we have this structure, and all that is missing is to make it an editable mesh. To do that, we will go to Adaptive Skin option, and instead of clicking on Preview option, we will click on Make Adaptive Skin. As you saw, here we created a subtool. One is an editable mesh, and the other the mesh of the C-spheres. This mesh is no longer going to be able to become C-spheres, but nevertheless we have the one that we had already created previously if we need it. For now, we will continue working with this. Well, now we already have our editable mesh. Let's continue in the next video, where we will use a very powerful tool of ZBrush to generate extra volumes and start to understand our character. See you in the next video.